Right, gentlemen, you know why you're here, and it's because you've been selected to take a Recce Patrol each this evening out as part of the battalion plan. Now, I've been ordered to carry out a battalion attack to destroy a known enemy motor rifle company position in the area of this village here. And I'm going to do that as part of a dawn attack the morning after next. Now, implicit in that is obviously that we've got to have a battalion dismounted night approach march tomorrow night. And that's where you come in, because obviously that route has got to be secure. Now, tonight, I want each of you to lead a reconnaissance patrol along one of 3 routes that I've recce'd in this general area here, and to prove those routes and the associated FUPs that go with those routes.
You're to make a reconnaissance of the southern route, this route here, and particularly the FUP, or a possible site for one, in the area of grid 830665, here. The timeout is 20:45 hours, and your route out will be between these 2 boundaries marked on the map. Your northernmost boundary runs along the track there, and that is inclusive to you. Your southernmost boundary, which is in fact the boundary with 28th Brigade to our south, runs along the high ground through the wood.
Okay, listen, you two. Reference to Recce tonight. We're looking for a route out and FUP for the battalion, okay? Yeah. No move for last light. Orders.
Once he gets the executive order, the Recce Patrol commander's first job is to get to know the ground he has to cover. He'll get some idea from the map and such intelligence as is available. Then he and his 2 IC will have a good look at as much of the terrain as they can see from the standing patrol's forward position.
Put on a map. Okay, go for about 200 meters.
Once the patrol commander has decided on his routes to and from the objective, he can leave his 2 IC to construct a model of the whole area of the terrain, while he himself registers the route with the battalion intelligence officer, so that if things go wrong, the patrol can screen for help without first having to work out grid references.
First leg, sir. Grid 782465 to 809572. Mag bearing 3200, distance 1200. Execution general outline. 6-phase operation. Phase 1.
The most important part of the patrol's preparation is the briefing. This will cover every aspect of the operation. The routes to and from the objective, the RVs and the emergency RVs on each leg of those routes, the action to be taken on sustaining casualties, on getting lost or separated, and the crucial action on the objective.
The FRV, as you see, is open ground. Through the open ground.
Every eventuality must be catered for. Every response planned to the last detail if the patrol is to be successful.
Check it out. I will carry the night sight, the binos, the wire cutters, and the sandbag. Jim, I'm going to carry the spyglass, the drip, and the wire gauge. Baz, the 351, make sure there's a fresh battery in it, in your patrol pack. Bert, the LSW. Ziggy, standby patrol commander. You know what to do. Make sure you get details of the map. We'll all carry full NBC kit in our patrol pack. After orders, we'll carry out daylight rehearsals behind the patrol base. We'll concentrate on actions on the FRV, the objective, and the formations. From this position, we wait approximately around 2 minutes to listen out. Then me and Jim move forward, buddy-buddy system, to check out the final RV.
Time spent in preparation is always time well spent, especially when a patrol will be operating in the dark, over unfamiliar ground, perhaps dangerously close to the enemy, where a moment's uncertainty could put the entire patrol at risk. Trained soldiers should have no need to rehearse the basic fieldcraft of patrolling. But in the dark, every patrol runs the risk of blundering into an enemy minefield.
Freeze! Right, from here, first thing I'll do, I'll throw smoke. Straight after the smoke, probe, I want you to cover the likely enemy position. Only engage if they engage you. Understand? Myself and Jim will take our packs off, and we start bouncing our packs back to the casualty.
This is an emergency routine which proved itself in the Falklands. It's the sort of routine which might cost a finger, but on the night could save a leg or even a life.
At the last light, we'll carry out nighttime rehearsals, doing the same actions as for the day. Have a final check, time out 20:45.
Romeo 2-0.
From here on, the patrol are out on their own. Even this close to their own lines, they must adopt the caution which they will need throughout the entire patrol. Moving in slow bounds, stopping, looking, listening. In open country, the patrol will adopt the diamond formation. The diamond is a good formation for small units, flexible, easy to control, and offering instant all-round defense every time they go to ground. The lead man of the patrol, the point man, is the eyes of the patrol. The radio operator is the ears of the patrol. The gunner is the teeth of the patrol. And the patrol commander is the brains of the team, the controller. He planned the patrol, now he must lead it. Brains, eyes, ears and teeth. Looking, listening, thinking on their feet, all the way to the objective.
We come down into the re-entrant, follow the re-entrant through to our first RV. Keep following the re-entrant all the way through to RV2, which is in the small hollow on the side. Come up the re-entrant, where it bears off to the right slightly, then up onto the spur to RV3, through the wood to RV4.
In theory, patrol should avoid wooded areas because progress there is both difficult and noisy. But in Germany, that's all but impossible. So the patrol must move in close file, slowly, one hand on the pack or hanging on the strap of the man in front, testing the ground every step of the way, and trying, literally, to follow in each other's footsteps. If speed has to be sacrificed to silence, so be it, as long as all-round vigilance is maintained.
From RV4 to the FRV, as you see, is open ground. Through the open ground, over the track, where we stop short of the FRV, where me and Jim will go forward and secure it and check it out. And we'll occupy it for a normal RV. Jim, we'll move in at 12 o'clock. Myself will go at 9 o'clock. Baz, 3 o'clock. Bert, 6 o'clock.
The patrol commander has chosen a safe house type of final RV, rather than a good defensive position. The best defense for a recce patrol is simply not to be discovered.
Once in the FRV, we will wait and listen for a few minutes. Then the close recce, myself and Jim, we will move out. From the FRV, we move down the small gully into the woods where we start our close recce, moving through the woods, left to right. Our task is to cover the whole area of the proposed battalion FUP, checking that the area is clear of any enemy and it's suitable for battalion FUP.
The first job is to sweep the whole area with the thermal imager for any sign of the enemy. That was always the danger. If an area looks like a possible FUP to us, it'll look just as possible to the enemy. Suddenly, the job is that much more difficult. Now they'll have to go in and steal the information they want from right under the enemy's nose, like thieves in the night. And like all professional burglars, they'll keep their eyes open for burglar alarms. Negotiating a tripwire is just a matter of patience and precision. Normal patrol routine, in fact. The trouble is that it's not enough simply to locate a tripwire. It may run a few feet or several yards. It may be rigged to fire a flare or detonate some sort of device. You'll want to know which, and you'll need to know a lot more about it before you can move on. The time on the objective is crucial and must be used to best advantage. The patrol commander must get the information they need by any means at his disposal. Binoculars, individual weapon sight, thermal imagery, and some of the time by just trusting the evidence of his own eyes and ears. The patrol commander will want to stay on the objective long enough to get an accurate assessment of the enemy's strength and disposition. And that will take time. To rush would be dangerous and could lead to inaccurate information, which is worse than no information at all. But if they stay too long, they might betray their own presence or force the patrol to hurry on the return journey.
The FRV group, if the recce fails to return after 2 hours, move on to the next RV where you will wait 1 hour. Baz, you will be looking out for us, and our signal will be my hands outstretched. When we're back in the FRV, we'll pass any information around.
All the intelligence gathered on the close recce must be shared with the other members of the patrol. There's no point in acquiring information unless someone gets home with it.
6 enemy in 3 trenches, northeast corner of the wood. We'll wait and listen. When everything's quiet, we will move off to the next RV in the same formation as we moved in.
They'll return home by a different route, partly to avoid ambush if they were spotted on the way out, partly to recce an alternative approach route. But one of the